Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman directs banking sector in Nagaland to enroll as many eligible farmers for Kisan Credit Card scheme by November 30. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman inaugurates Axis Bank branch at Mon district. Nagaland Governor Prof Jagadish Mukhi says our education objective should be to excel as duty-conscious and decent citizens of India. And Nagaland Chief Minister Neiphiu says state government is facilitating citizens to take up private enterprise. Now the news in detail. Union Finance and Corporate Affairs Minister Nirmala Sitharaman directed the banking sector in Nagaland to conduct outreach programs in all the districts starting from 1st of September and enroll as many eligible farmers for Kisan Credit Card KCC scheme by November 30. Sitharaman said this during the inaugural function of the Bankers Conclave Credit Outreach Program held at Capital Cultural Hall in Kohima today. She said the banks have to go extra mile in advocating the schemes and identify eligible beneficiaries. In this, she suggested the banks to engage the local representatives to understand who the beneficiaries are. Sitharaman said the state government and district administration system should also help the banks to identify the eligible people who need to get the benefit from the scheme. Sitharaman said despite 70% of the population of Nagaland engaging in agriculture, the state is unable to achieve its targeted KCC beneficiaries of 2.3 lakhs and that only 70,927 were sanctioned with the KCC. She said KCC is not just for persons who cultivate crops but also covers those who keep livestock and fisheries. To this, she said, of the 70% of farming in the state, only 1.3 lakh are involved in animal husbandry and fisheries, which needs to be improved. Sitharaman therefore suggested the banks to saturate all the schemes by district and take more banking correspondence if necessary. The Finance Minister also made an appeal to the banks to provide advance announcements for the outreach programs while focusing one district after another so that it can achieve the saturation. On the occasion, Sitharaman, along with Nagaland Chief Minister Neiphiu, jointly launched the CM's Micro Finance Initiative. She also handed over checks of 11 major schemes of total value of 205 crore rupees to 3,422 borrowers. The Union Minister also launched 2 projects under Tribal Development Fund of NABARD and Nagaland Rural Bank branch at Chesor in Tuensang District virtually. Earlier, Sitharaman flagged off mobile ATM van of Nagaland Rural Bank funded by NABARD under Financial Inclusion Fund. Union Finance and Corporate Affairs Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today inaugurated Axis Bank branch at Mon district. This was Finance Minister's maiden visit to Mon district. The Union Minister also virtually inaugurated 3 other Axis Bank branches at Demu and Kopur in Assam and Matanting in Meghalaya. Talking to tweeters, Sitharaman said the branch will cater to 26,000 strong population directly and is expected to have an extended catchment area of 2.5 lakh population. She said a branch will provide the people of Mon with state-of-the-art services like online banking services, digital products, retail loans, and improved business opportunities. Sitharaman also said the Axis Bank branch in Demu village in Assam will cater to the needs of the tea plantation community, while the one in Matanting town in Meghalaya will serve as a strong connect of defence establishments and business communities with the bank's financial services. Nagaland's MP Rajya Sabha S. Pangnon Konyak, Secretary Department of Financial Services Sanjay Malhotra, MD Axis Bank Amitabh Chowdhury, and senior officials of the state government were also present on the occasion. Governor of Nagaland and Assam Professor Jagadish Mukhi said our education objective should be to excel as duty-conscious and decent citizens of India. Interacting with the students and teachers at Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, JNV Yakoke, Kohima, Mukhi said that JNV Kohima has emerged as one of the prestigious schools in the state and that it has blossomed into a premier institution, imparting quality education to students, many of whom are from the rural areas. He called upon the students to dream big in life and work hard to achieve the goal, as there is no shortcut to learning. Mukhi further urged the teachers to give their best for the growth and welfare of the school and most importantly for nurturing, moulding and upbringing of the students. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News on Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Nagaland Chief Minister Neiphiu said that the state government has been encouraging and facilitating the people of the state to take up private enterprise. Speaking at a bankers' conclave and credit outreach in Kohima today, Rio expressed happiness that through this credit outreach, the banks will be extending credit of 223 crore rupees under various schemes as well as retail loans to people of Nagaland. Rio also thanked the Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman for launching the mobile ATM van sanctioned to Nagaland Rural Bank, launching 2 projects under Tribal Development Fund and virtual inauguration of Axis Bank branches and Chesor branch of Nagaland Rural Bank in Shamado district. He said this will help in meeting the existing demand for formal banking services in the state. Rio said the state government has also been able to address the issue raised by the banks with regard to implementation of the SARFAESI Act 2002 in the state to enable them to extend loans against secured assets. Rio also launched the Chief Minister's Microfinance Initiative, which he said will make credit more affordable and available to individuals, self-help groups, and farmer-producer organizations. Rio also expressed gratitude to the various banks for establishing bank branches in the remotest places of the state and further urged them to cover the remoter towns and especially the unbanked 26 of the 74 blocks. The Youth Association of 4 wards of Mukokchung has asked the district administration to immediately repair the Dr. Imkong Lipa Memorial District Hospital Road. In a representation to the Deputy Commissioner, Mukokchung, the Youth Association said, apart from the inconveniences caused to the regular commuters, the deplorable condition of the road poses immense health risks to the sick and needy travelling to the hospital for medical attention. They said residents of the 4 wards have been repairing the road from time to time as the concerned authorities have turned a blind eye. The youth associations appealed to the district administration to ensure that the whole stretch of the hospital road is repaired immediately and that failure on the part of the authority will be considered as apathy towards public welfare and safety. Nagaland Olympics and Paralympics 2022 events were held at various venues today. The events are being held in 3 different locations, Kohima, Dimapur and Longling. State Commissioner for Persons with Disabilities, Detono Nakro, while inaugurating the Paralympics Games at Vidya Pawan Higher Secondary School, Nagajan, in Dimapur, said only a few Paralympics disciplines are being conducted this year, but hoped it will continue bigger and stronger in the years to come. Nakro said there is so much potential in sports for the youth with disabilities, and the vision is to design and enable them to excel in a sporting arena across the globe. In Longling, Minister for Health and Family Welfare, S. Bangyopom, inaugurated the badminton events which are being conducted under the theme Empowering Peace Through Sports and Games Connecting Community. Meanwhile, in Kohima, various events including athletics, archery and basketball are underway at Indira Gandhi Stadium, Kohima. The Nagaland Olympics and Paralympics 2022 is being organized by the Nagaland Olympics Association and will conclude on 27th of this month. And now to the news, here are the main points again. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman directs banking sector in Nagaland to enroll as many eligible farmers for Kisan Credit Card scheme by November 30. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman inaugurates Axis Bank branch at Mon district. Nagaland Governor Prof. Jagadish Mukhi says our education objective should be to excel as duty-conscious and decent citizens of India. And Nagaland Chief Minister Neiphiu says state government is facilitating citizens to take up private enterprise. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.